Just a disclaimer before the video starts. The topics I'm about to go into are talked about purely for educational purposes, and I'll be simply reviewing the sponsorships and enacting my right to act as a watchdog and inform viewers on matters of public interest. All of the points and things I show in this video have already been reported on and are available for the public to access. Why is nobody talking about this tweet more? Leicester City's partnership with BC.Game is a rabbit hole that goes deeper than you think, dragging in what has become a muddied water of sponsorships, especially in the Premier League. The Premier League announced that betting sponsors will be banned from the 25-26 season, but in the final season of its legality, the most popular league in the world is rife with it. Bournemouth's affiliation with this company, Crystal Palace's with Net88, Aston Villa's partnership with Betano, and Everton's affiliation with Stake are just a few of the examples in England. The iceberg around the topic runs deep, and the lack of mainstream media coverage on the deals and the marketing strategies around them is strange, and I want to dive straight into it. Starting with the Foxes then, who have had Thai owners since 2010. They've been investigated on multiple occasions for their affiliation with several overseas companies, as reported by The Guardian many years ago. In more recent times, as investigated brilliantly by Play the Game, which is an initiative run by the Danish Institute for Sport promoting and raising ethical standards, Leicester City have been involved in creating sponsorship signing ceremonies with models pretending to be gambling executives. The ceremony at the King Power Stadium took place in August 22 and involved Emil Heskey acting in several promotional shoots for upcoming announcements to be broadcast in Asia. I would highly recommend reading the full article by Play the Game, but in essence this discovery has exposed potentially mysterious practices and puts more suspicion on Leicester's most recent betting deal. Back to BC.Game and this tweet. What I want to know is, how on earth can one organisation boost a post to have 2.2 billion views? Is this botted, or have they dumped hundreds of thousands of pounds on Twitter promotion? Again, I'm not accusing them of doing this, I'm just asking purely in the matters of public interest. BC.Game is indeed a real company, but their main site isn't accessible in the United Kingdom, with a more limited version available and permitted by the Gambling Commission of Great Britain. Strange for a betting company using an English club as a sponsor. Their gambling license is registered under the GCB, or the Curaçao Gaming Control Board, which is based on a Caribbean island of the same name. Okay, yeah. Licenses cost around £90,000 according to this website, and they seem very keen for you to take advantage of this attractive cost. The company joined Twitter in September 2020, but have only really been pushing out tweets consistently in 2024, with average views on each post only being a couple of thousand at most. Then on the 8th of July 2024, they announced the deal with Leicester City that they would become principal partners for the 24-25 season. 2.2 billion views, 170,000 likes, nearly 10,000 retweets and 4,400 comments later, and I'm sat here wondering how on earth is any of this possible? Who is behind all of this? How can an average betting organisation in the slew of companies have so much money behind them to be able to pull this off? Leicester have already faced investigations last season over their financial situation and breaches of FFP, so I would be staggered if this deal isn't combed back through by authorities in a few months' time. Bournemouth are the next club to be unpacked in this video, with their new primary kit sponsor, another betting company. I'm not going to say its name for content reasons, but Leicester88 have caused a stir with their unintentionally humorous name and how no one has seemingly heard of them. According to their own website, Leicester88 scored a deal with AFC Bournemouth for a fee of €7.5 million. They have multiple brand ambassadors, including supposed media star Mia Khalifa and cricketing legend Wasim Akram. The online casino is available in other countries, but not in the UK. The company, like BC.Game, are not registered in the UK, but are registered with, guess who? Another Curaçao business by the name of Gaming Curaçao. When I looked up Gaming Curaçao for basic information, you know, the bog standard requirements of where their services extend to, how long they've been in operation and what clients they have, I came across this. Yep, the company went out of business on August the 18th, 2024. They say that anyone still using their sub-license is invalid and that a restructuring has taken place to absorb their licenses into the Curacao Gaming Control Board, which sounds familiar. Yeah, it's the same one as BC.Game are registered with. Just another note about their site, they claim that they do charity work, bringing people together, but when clicking on the Found Out More option, it just refreshes the page, so who knows whether they actually do any charity work at all. They also claim that Dominic Solanke are going to give them more visibility, but clearly they weren't paying attention to his move to Spurs, or they just haven't changed their website since it was launched, which in all fairness is entirely possible. In the last few days, the Mirror reported that several Premier League clubs are in breach of rules around printing betting sponsors on shirts, with Aston Villa, Everton, Fulham and Nottingham Forest are all violating guidelines. None of them offer replica adult kits without the sponsors on, and the Premier League has refused to comment when approached. It's all very, very strange, and a sign that we're living in an increasingly murky financial world. These companies are all likely linked and will be paying far more than what others are offering, attracting those clubs at the top who have to spend beyond their means to stay playing at the highest levels. But please, if anyone has any opinions or insight into how and why these companies are cropping up in such great numbers now, and why social media platforms like Twitter allow such brute force marketing, please let me know. I am not accusing any organisation in this video of any wrongdoing. I'm purely opening up a debate to whether there should be more transparency in general of club sponsorships and deals, which is starting to happen with new regulations and the upcoming ban on betting sponsors. I've only just scratched the surface with the betting sponsors involved in Premier League clubs. They exist all over Europe, sponsoring some of the biggest teams in La Liga, Ligue 1, etc. So if you'd like to see another part where I look at other clubs, please let me know in the comments.